Okay, thing number 2 to be considering about your needles is what style of needle you're going to be using. There are a wide variety of styles to suit individual preferences as well as individual needs. So, first up, we have the straight needles. A straight needle has a tip on one end and a ball thing on the other end to keep your loops from sliding off. Straights are usually what people start out with. They're the iconic knitting needles that people see all the time. And I highly recommend that you start out with a pair of straights. I think they're great. No, they're not chopsticks. Don't use them as chopsticks. You'll be sorry. Grab yourself a pair of straight needles in a size 8, 5mm, 8, and you'll be very happy with your needles. Needles also come in double pointed varieties. These are short little needles. They come in a set and they have a point on each end. These are used for circular knitting, for socks, hats, mittens, all of those sorts of things so that you don't have to seam up one side. It is not nearly as difficult as it looks. I always feel like a genius when I use double pointed needles. You will probably use them soon, but not yet. Don't grab your double points yet. Another variety of knitting needle is the circular needle. A circular needle has 2 needle tips that have points and they're connected by this little cable thing. This allows you to knit in a circle on one needle, which is super helpful, and they come in various lengths. So everything from, I have a tiny little one too, but you know, a 15-inch to a 24-inch. They'll have a number on the package that tells you how long the cable is, all the way up to like a 40-inch, really long cable. And the reason why they have different cable lengths is to accommodate different numbers of stitches and different circumferences. So if you're knitting the cuff of a sweater, you're going to want a little circumference. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get around and it's going to stretch out your stitches. If you're knitting on a massively long shawl or something, you're going to want the big, long cable because it can accommodate all of those stitches. Even if you're knitting back and forth and you're not knitting in a circle, you can still use a circular needle. And honestly, pro tip, I use circulars almost exclusively. I don't use straights very often, but I think they're great to start out with. And the final type of knitting needles is an interchangeable needle. So it comes with a cable and these lovely little needle tips that you screw into the end of the cable, and that lets you change your needle size as you need it. So if you need a size 6 for this project, and then you need a size 10 for the next project, that you don't have to go out and buy an individual circular in all the various different lengths. You can buy a interchangeable set and it will come with needle tips in various sizes and cables in various lengths that you can just mix and match to match what you need it to be for that particular time.